And tell me about yourself.
My name is Bhakti Anand Allapurkar. I am from Pune. My graduation is completed in BCA from Modern College Shivaji Nagar in 2024. I am currently pursuing full stack Java course in CJC Nagar, Pune. I am currently work on student management project using Spring Boot, and for the front end HTML, CSS, JavaScript.
Okay, shall we start our mock interview?
Yes.
What is Spring Boot?
Spring Boot is not a framework; it is an extension of Spring framework, and it works on top of it. Spring Boot is made to easy create standalone application with the help of production ready features. Spring Boot provides us to automatic configuration. No need to write manually configuration file. So developer want to focus only on the business logic code. The mainly purpose of Spring Boot application is to simplify development of Spring application.
Okay, tell me the difference between Spring and Spring Boot.
In the main purpose of Spring, we have to configure manually, and in the Spring Boot we don't have to configure manually. Configure automation, and the in the Spring we have to write boilerplate code. In a Spring Boot we don't have to write boilerplate code.
What are the features of Spring Boot?
We can create a standalone application easy. It provides live reload concept. It provides actuator concept. Spring Boot also provides automation configuration, and it also provides the embedded Tomcat server
Okay, why we use Actuator concept?
to manage and monitor our program for application.
How to change Spring Boot application port number?
We In a properties application file, we pass the key and value pair. So when we change the port number, we pass key as a server dot port, and port number as a 9090 or 8080.
Have you used any annotations in Spring Boot?
Yes.
Okay.
Like at the rate controller, at the rate service, at the rate repository, at the rate entity, at the rate ID.
Okay, why we use Spring Boot application?
Spring Boot application use this is the main annotation of application. To start our application, there is a combination of three annotations. First is a Spring Boot configuration, second one is a enable auto configuration, and third one is a component scan.
Okay, explain them.
First one is a Spring Boot configuration that specifies the this class is a bean class, and second one is a enable auto configuration. It tells us how we can configure jar files and dependency that we have added in form.xml file, and it initialize our dependency and check it is able or enable or disable. Third one is a component scan. It scans the packages of other beans.
Okay. What is the purpose of Spring application class and how it works?
Spring application is the main class of Spring Boot application. It is used to bootstrap and launch our application from Java main method. It by default it performs some steps. The first one is it creates appropriate container class. Then it register command line properties source to execute command line arguments, and third one is a loading all single loading all singleton scopes.
Okay. What is an actuators in Spring Boot?
Spring Boot In a Spring Boot, actuator is a concept provided by Spring. It manages and monitors our application. Actuator is a tool which provides HTTP endpoints, some endpoints. When we launch our product, you can choose actuator to manage or monitor our application.
Okay. Can you give me an example of an
There
endpoint?
are some examples like health, environment, information.
Okay. What is Spring Data JPP and how to configure in Spring Boot?
Spring Data JP is a Spring module. It is easy to work with the relational database, and it also provides the inbuilt CRUD operations with the help of repository interface. And when we have to configure data JP, we have to add Spring Data Starter and Spring Data JPS Starter dependency in form file. Then we have to define entity annotation on a Pojo class, and also create a repository interface with the extending JPA repository. And third one is a configure database properties in a application property files.
Okay. How do you handle form data in Spring Boot?
We can handle the data using two annotations. First one is the @request param, and second one is the @model contributor.
How can you access request parameter in Spring Boot?
Using one annotation that we have access, that is the @request param.
Okay. Which stereotypes and notations are available in Spring Boot?
We mainly use three types of stereotype annotation. First one is the @service, second one is the @repository, and third one is the @controller. Each one is used for being specific for a specific layer. Service annotation is used for a service layer uh, to interact with the business logic layer, and @repository is used for a persistence layer to interact with relational database. And controller layer is @controller annotation is used for a controller layer to handle the request.
Okay, my next question to you is how it work internally.
When we want to add requirements Spring Boot data starter dependency in form.xml file, it will automatically added when we load the projects. The required starters automatically added to the form.xml file, and when we start the project from the main class at the Spring Boot application line, it will do automatically configuration, and it will add annotations also automatically.
Okay, Bhakti, your interview is done from my side. Thank you.
Thank you.